People of the verse, hello and welcome to the channel. It's the Eradicator, and today I'm going to give you some pro tip which hopefully are going to prove useful if you are a beginner, or maybe also if you are a seasoned player of Star Citizen, who knows. And this is going to be a video about tips that are going to allow you to have a better experience, or at least a better time at Planetary Outpost, and especially I will be focusing on things that you shouldn't do. Now you can see here I am flying a Starfarer, which is already a pretty bad idea because the Starfarer is one of the heaviest ships in the verse, and it is absolutely not aerodynamic at all. So it's one of the most difficult ships to be flying in the verse. If you have a choice, if there are any other options, you have a Caterpillar or even a Freelancer Max, maybe go for any other possible alternatives, because the Starfarer is just very difficult to handle. You are going to waste a lot of time going from one place to another, and not just that, but it is also extremely hard to maneuver, and chances are that you are probably going to crash or miss your landing, which may eventually result in your death, which may result in you wasting even more time going back to your destination. So that's one of the first mistakes here. If you have the options, the chance to take a Starfarer for trading, don't do that. That's already a pretty bad idea. Now the next thing that I'm doing here that is actually really not good is that I poorly gauged my approach here. When you have a Starfarer, you should really start to make an approach at about 50 meters per second once you are at the 5 kilometer mark. But you can see here I am way past the 4 kilometer mark, almost at 3 kilometers, and I am still at 100 meters per second, and you are going to see that this poor approach is going to have some dire consequence, because the ship is simply going to be too fast, and I won't be able to pull up on time. You can see here I'm trying to press X for the space brake, but we just have too much velocity, and it's not going to do anything. I'm trying also not to crash my own ship here, because you can see I had another ship flying with me in a fleet of trading vessels, and this almost ended in a total catastrophe, as I can see almost rammed my fellow pilot. Hopefully, yeah, fortunately it did not happen. So there we have it. I have absolutely no control of the ship, and what ends up happening is that the ship is just spinning out of control, bouncing over the outpost. And you can see in the outpost here they have those little those light posts, some equipment, and the ship is basically stuck. So that's not really good. And obviously, well, I could get out of the ship, but buying anything here is not a good idea. So the other thing here that I want to mention, if your ship is upside down like this, another pro tip is to basically commit suicide, so by the backspace key, because chances are that you are not going to be able to get your ship back on track. I'm trying to do it, even though it is almost mission impossible. I try my best, but in most cases it just is. It's just a better way to. It's just a better option to just commit suicide, end up at wherever outpost or starport you were, and get another ship. Now, even if you get out of the ship, don't buy any commodities, because you simply won't be able to get your ship back on track, and also chances are that you may even explode your ship, so you are probably going to lose all of your investment if you decide to buy commodities, even though your ship is in very dire position. So these are some of my first pro tips here for Outpost, but I've got a couple of other examples to show you based on what I've seen from other people in the verse. So the next thing that I want to talk about here is, please, if you have a small ship, do not land your ship on some of the larger landing pads, which, as you can see here in this footage, a Cutlass has landing on a large pad, which leaves me no choice but to land on a small pad with my Caterpillar, which first is difficult, second it's frustrating, and third makes me a little bit angry that that the other pilot did not think about it, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to have a risky approach here and a risky maneuver, which eventually made me get stuck into some posts, or eventually maybe waste my time. So be considerate, and please land only on the pads that are suitable for your ship. Also, if you have a small ship like this Scotland Black here, you don't even need to land on the pad. The Cutlass is one of those ships that is actually small enough to be able to land pretty much anywhere on an outpost. You can even land much closer to where the trade outpost is, or wherever your destination at the outpost is located. So you don't really need to take that space, and you are going to make other traders and people happy. This is also another thing. Remember, this is a multiplayer game. You're not the only one in the verse, and you are dealing with other human players at the same time. People do have emotions. You never know, you may make someone angry, and that's how you end up being griefed potentially. So you got to be really careful with that. Now, the next thing that is really important when you leave your ship, don't be like this guy here. Do not leave your ship open. This is something that unfortunately the owner of this Cutlass Black decided to do. And when you leave your ship open like this is a perfect invitation. Why is there a floating box here? This is a perfect invitation for anyone to get on board and have, you know, eventually malevolent activities, or malevolent I would say goals or endeavors. So here, luckily, I am not going to grief him. I am not going to take his ship away. I am simply going to park it somewhere else at the outpost, just to give him a friendly reminder that maybe this is something that he should have done. So we'll be flying the ship over there in the middle. That seems about right. There we go. So this is a great place to land a Cutlass Black, for example. You're not going to make anyone angry or frustrated, and maybe you'll get even closer to where you are located. There you go. This is the owner of the ship. He probably freaked out. He probably was wondering what the heck was going on. But don't worry, not here to steal your ship. I'm just here to put it somewhere else. Now, the next thing that you have to do, and see this, I'm talking to him here in the chat. Always check the chat. You never know what's going on. When you are in the chat, people may be telling you that a 30k error may be incoming. This is especially the biggest threat if you are a trader. You're going to Outpost. You want to make sure that the server is okay. You want to make sure that other people are not seeing a 30k error is coming, because if you can see that there's a 30k error incoming and you still decide to buy some quantities, you are going to end up losing everything. For those of you who don't know what a 30k error is basically when you are when you're getting disconnected from the server, because most likely the server is crashing. And at this stage in Star Citizen Server 3.10, when the server is crashing and you do have some commodities in your cargo hold, you end up losing everything, which of course can be a major setback, especially if you are one of those players who end up spending all of their money into cargo. The other tip I want to talk about here, yes, if you are of course buying cargo, do not spend all of your money in cargo. It goes without saying. I usually try to recommend people to fix themselves a limit. A good limit would be about half of your money. So that means that if, for example, here they are selling at this place, if I am correct, they are selling agricium and titanium. If this is a place that is selling agricium and titanium, maybe don't buy agricium and maybe don't buy titanium. If you have, for example, tungsten or condorium, maybe these are cheaper commodities that are going to allow you to make sure that you maybe keep half of your capital, just in case there is a major issue. So these are some of the tips that I wanted to share with you guys if you are new or unfamiliar with how Star Citizen works. I hope that this is going to help you save some money, or I hope that this is going to also help you have a better experience. If you like this kind of content, if you find this one useful, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, as it really helps this channel grow a lot. Speaking of that, I also have an amazing giveaway. Thanks to Buzz69, I am giving away a Tumbril tank. All you have to do to catch yourself winning is to be a subscriber of this channel and to comment to any videos posted this month. The winner will be announced early September. Thank you very much for watching the channel. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.